Hi everybody, I'm Jones.
And I'm Mann. And we're Jones and Mann. And tonight, or today, we're jonesing on Jameson Caskmates, the Stout Edition. Okay. Alright, so cool. Jones, I think that, I know that we've tried, actually, I said Stout Edition, but this is the IPA.
We've tried the Stout.
We've tried the Stout, and the shirt said Stout, so that's what threw me off. So, actually, this is the IPA edition.
That's right.
I remember that we were just kind of linking up and just kind of chopping it up and chilling at the bar, and we saw
our favorite bar, the Smoky Bones.
Smoky Bones, High Point Road is one of our favorites. And we just decided to try some Irish whiskey. And we found that the stout was quite tasty. Cool thing that, this is 40% by volume. This is a fifth. Came with a nice little t-shirt. Which I think I'm gonna go ahead and say you've tried a couple of these.
Well, I actually
tried the stout for sure.
Yeah, I tried the stout, and both of them came with the shirts. Okay. I bought the IPA and the stout at the same time. Unfortunately, it's a great idea to give us the shirts, Jameson, but please make sure that it's not like baby shirts. You want to have something.
You like those baby shirts. Buff dudes like baby shirts. I think I'm gonna make a T-shirt that say "Buff dudes like baby shirts." I think that's where it is.
Yeah, but they're only because they're cute on your girlfriends.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm out of that girlfriend frame.
Or kind of wife.
Girlfriend. Oh yeah. Okay. Wherever we go. Anyway,
your lady friend. Your
your lady friend. Not mine. Do not, babe. I don't got no lady friends. Anyway, so the IPA edition.
So your wife is no longer your lady friend.
She's the only lady friend.
Yeah, the only lady friend. Yeah.
We've been tasting too long tonight.
right.
Things are loose and flowing. The Irish whiskey. I've always heard. From Rihanna to all kind of folks talking about the Jameson. I really didn't get into Jameson. It just really wasn't my bag. But when I tried the stout, I was like, ooh, the stout is really good. And then when you said, hey, I got the stout and the IPA, I was like, we definitely got to do the IPA at least, if not both. So what can you tell us about Jameson in general and the Caskmates IPA?
Well, Jameson has a rich history, and I think most people know about Jameson itself. Right. But the cask edition is this particular IPA cask is finished in an IPA barrel. So,
okay.
I'm really, really interested in trying it because that the stout was really smooth, really sweet, and it tastes really amazing. So if you are already a Jameson fan, I think you're going to be a fan of at least the stout because I'm a fan of the stout.
Yeah. So
let's go ahead and try to shoot these down and see how this IPA finishes out this Jameson.
I'm not a beer fan. If I had to choose, I probably wouldn't have chose the stout as being what I liked. So I'm excited. Let's crack it open. Oh, I love that sound of a fresh bottle popping. And let's pour. We probably had enough already.
3/4 shots. 3/4 shots.
3/4 shots? Okay, that's 3/4 shots.
Half shot, 3/4 shot.
Hancock 3/4 shot.
We can't cheat them out.
Can't cheat them out. Drop the top. So, for the rest of this episode, Jameson will not have the top. Okay.
Maybe they'd have done better if they gave us a quart.
Yeah, maybe done better. Okay. I thought Jameson was like a primo kind of whiskey, but it turns out that it's every sailor and every I guess when it comes to Irish whiskey, this is it. This is it.
It smells pretty decent.
Yeah, it smells pretty decent. Click them and drink them. Not bad. Pour them a little tall there. Put them on the rocks, shake them around a little bit.
So you said the shot was not too bad.
Actually, it wasn't too bad. Okay. It wasn't too bad. I when I hear IPA, I think beer, and I'm you. If anybody who knows me and has had drinks with me knows that I don't like gin, and I don't like scotch, and I don't like beer. It's just not my thing. I don't find it enjoyable. To me, all beer kind of tastes the same. I'm sorry if that offends you, but spirits just have a way more character to them. And then the other thing is too that, like, when I was drinking beer, like in school, I had to drink so much beer to really take me to the same place that, you know, a couple shots of liquor would. And I've always said that I'm a destination drinker. So beer is a bus, whereas spirits are airplane. And if you got to travel a distance, I take a plane.
Yeah, I was wanting to get you to talk it up a little bit so we can let it sit on.
Let it breathe a little bit. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
as I call it, the baby shirt.
The baby shirt. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, you know, even though it does fit my shoulders fairly well, you know, it's like this short from being on my waist. So it's like, yeah, I can wear the shirt, but I can't raise my hands and say hi to anybody. You know, got my belly button out.
Oh, you got a belly shirt on.
Yeah, right.
You can't drink Jameson and wear a belly shirt. But
well, you should not wear.
You should not. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. Before we get into trouble, clink him a drink.
And no offense to any guy that wears a belly shirt and drinks Jameson.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's perfectly all right.
Yeah.
I just got too much belly for a belly shirt, you know.
This is very interesting. Huh?
Yeah. Actually, it's not bad. You know, I kind of thought the IPA was going to be an automatic scratch off. I don't know if this is what I order next from the bar. You know, I kind of, like, you've turned me on to whiskey and ginger.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking that, ooh, this might be all right with a little bit of ginger.
Yeah.
It's not bad on the rocks at all. Not to me.
Yeah. To me, it tastes very similar to the Gentleman's Jack. This IPA version does. It kind of, I guess, being aged in an IPA cask kind of tones it back from the typical Irish whiskey. But
I would definitely say it's lighter than typical Jameson.
Yeah,
especially on the rocks. I mean, we took the shot, and I mean,
it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad at all. I would say that the IPA is lighter. It's been a minute since I had the stout. I think the stout, you know, the cool thing about the stout is the stout felt refreshing.
Yeah.
And this kind of does feel kind of light and refreshing kind of deal.
For me, this is lighter. It's lighter, less sweet.
Yeah.
But that stout, I'm a bigger fan of the Jameson stout.
I think the stout was sweeter.
Yeah.
It wasn't sweet by sugary content at all.
It's not the rum.
But it wasn't a rum.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit a hint sweeter, which I enjoyed the stout side better. It would be really interesting to pull both out and do a side by side and kind of sip and taste. And maybe we can get together one evening and just kind of do that same thing. But let's call it. I think so. I think that from the IPA, I would choose the IPA over regular Jameson.
Okay.
Just because to me the Jameson has a bit of a bite to it. It's a little. I don't want to say it's abrasive, but it's a little drier. It's a little stronger. It's got a little more cut. I think that when the Caskmates lighten that up a little bit, add a little bit more flavor to it than what you get in Jameson. On the rocks, this is pretty light and crisp. With a little bit of ginger. I mean, I'd put like a splash or two of ginger in here. And I could definitely sip this and be pretty set for the night. I think we've been sipping through the past couple episodes. I feel like so I'm probably already pretty set for anything.
Oh yeah.
But I actually feel like this would probably be pretty good with just a little bit of ginger. I wouldn't order this neat unless there was nothing else to add to it. But I would because I have to go favorite or flop. I wouldn't say it's a flop because definitely I like it better than regular Jameson. So I would say it's a favorite.
All right, so we've definitely got to come down to find a midpoint between some transition for a favorite or a flop.
Right.
I think a couple episodes ago we did the what was it?
Razul, the tequila.
Razul, the tequila.
And it was kind of in the limbo.
For me, it was in the limbo. So this is kind of in a limbo for you. So for me, for this one, like the stout, this IPA brings this Jameson, which is normally slightly more harsh.
Mm-hmm.
For me, most Irish whiskeys are closer to a Scotch than it is what I think of as a whiskey. So this IPA brings it back to, like I mentioned, the Gentleman's Jack.
Right.
It brings it back to a Tennessee whiskey.
Okay.
Or a Kentucky bourbon.
Okay.
Between the stout and this IPA. So this IPA is more like, to me, a Tennessee whiskey. And I would list it as a favorite. And definitely, like you said, putting some ginger ale in it, man, it's going to make it an amazing drink because it's going to tone it back even more so.
Because the odor's not offensive. You get a light kind of. I mean, I almost can taste a little IPA. I wouldn't say IPA. I wouldn't be able to differentiate. I can't even say it. Differentiate IPA from whatever regular beer. But I get a little bit of a beer kind of overtone. Yeah, I would say it's bad to say, but like a Mick Ultra. Really light beer. You know what I'm saying? It's not a harsh beer at all. A little bit of sweetness on the back end, but none of the harshness that you get in Jameson. So for me, definitely favorite. For you, favorite?
Definitely favorite.
So there you have it, folks. You got Jameson Caskmates. I would definitely say if you're a Jameson drinker, you should definitely venture out and try the Caskmates because I've really enjoyed both, and I've enjoyed both more than the traditional Jameson.
Yeah, I would say even if you are trying to work your way up to a Scotch, this is a good entry level to get you there, to get you to kind of taste. To get you to the extra, as you call, smoky taste of of Scotch.
Scotch is on my dislike scale here. Yeah. This is way down.
Yeah, but this gets you to that walk up level. So you get to where you can kind of stomach this or taste, get the feel for this, and then you walk your way up to the standard Jameson. And then you can walk your way on up to Scotch. So,
Well, I'm going to, just from my personal opinion, I think from Jameson to Scotch is a long walk. Okay? You better bring GPS, compass, snacks, all kind of stuff. Because I would drink this. I would drink the plain Jameson so much more regularly than Scotch. And I will say I do have a Scotch that I found that I've heard is a really good entry level Scotch. So I'm interested to kind of get us into it. I honestly am not anticipating anything major because it is Scotch. I cannot imagine a Scotch making me go, this is delicious.
I think there are some Scotches out there. Hey guys, if you have some suggestions for us for Scotch, definitely comment. We definitely need you to comment about what Scotches you'd like for us to try. Yeah. I think I do have one that I can have for you to try.
Okay. I think it's gonna suck.
Yeah, maybe that'll be another challenge.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, then when it comes to drinking, I'm all into challenges. Yeah. But look, so that we don't ramble on. Jameson is definitely a favorite. Definitely falls in the favorite category for us. The Caskmates, I think Jameson really did a a really good differentiation in a bang up job. That's the best way to say it. A bang up job in venturing into the Caskmates.
Yes.
Especially if you want to dabble in Irish whiskey, but kind of want to dip your toe in the pool.
Yes.
Again, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Definitely fill us up with comments. We're on email at JonesNmann@gmail.com. Questions, just anything. Again, as the year goes on, we're going to continue to kind of shoot these episodes out for you, try some different things. We appreciate your feedback. Yeah. Share, watch, share.
Comment. And anything that you guys can suggest that we try or you want to see us try to kind of save you a little cash.
Yeah.
I mean, let us know.
Let us go broke for you. You know?
Exactly.
I've spent a ridiculous amount in the ABC store. This behind us is nothing compared to what's around there. Jones laughs at me all the time because I'll say, "Ooh, I bought 6 bottles of this," and he's like, "6 bottles? We could have bought one." But I don't know. It's an addiction.
Or who curses someone out for having 3 bottles of unopened Blantons?
Oh yeah. So I do have a couple bottles of Blantons, and we haven't done a Blantons episode. Yeah. I'm sorry. I like to have a stash of things, but you won't be complaining when I actually run up on that bottle of Pappy's.
True, very true.
Okay.
Guys, please complain to man about having 3 bottles of the Blantons that you so want unavailable.
Hey, I can't help it. You know?
All right, guys.
So this has been another episode. Thanks for watching. This has been another episode of Jones and Mann. Clink 'em and drink 'em, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.